Hey gang, JC here, and this is the Daily Dose for Tuesday, September 13th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. We have terrific television archives at the top of the page, on the Wayback Machine, places like that. Also, Sexually Speaking, Dr. Kathy Naughton, Center for Sexual Health, is down below. We have our eye candy feature right below, and our rock and roll poll question over in the corner. Yesterday, the Cardinals have bounced back to within a game, 4.5 games. I wish it was a game and a half. 4.5 games in the wild card race. Will they make up the remaining ground and squeeze into the playoffs? And a resounding 74% of you said no. It should be noted that the majority of these votes came in before the outcome of last night's game. So they had me believing there for a while last night, and then they, oh man, don't ask, don't tell. And actually, it's Zubchinski, the guy who was the linchpin in this whole trade involving Colby Rasmus and everything like that. And so the Atlanta Braves lose again, so it's still 4.5 games. We'll see. Only 26% of you think the Redbirds can come back and clinch this wild card slot. Let us wait and see. All right. We did a poll yesterday, results of a new survey showing that a lot of domestic beer companies, and especially Anheuser-Busch, are just taking it in the shorts. I mean, some of the, you're talking about 30 to 70 percentage point losses in sales between 2005 and 2010. So our question today, has the sale of Anheuser-Busch altered your choice of beer purchases? Well, there used to be a lot of people in this town, I would say the majority of people in this town, that were very loyal to Anheuser-Busch, and then InBev came along, and so now the question becomes, has this really resulted in a change in the way that you buy beer? Here's your choices. Yes, I used to be a very loyal AB purchaser, but not anymore. No, I still prefer AB brands. C, I think a lot of microbrews are awesome, and that's the determining factor in my choices. Or D, I don't drink beer. Please answer in the corner. We have results for you tomorrow. It's just the whole year just stinks. I mean, I'm sitting here at the pool today because I'm getting the idea that this is it. I really think that this is it. September 13th, and we got rain coming in a cold front. Talking about tomorrow's high, maybe only 67 degrees. Temperatures in the low 70s, upper 60s, stuff like that. Starts getting cold at night. You start looking at pools closing. Kids are back in school. Girls start wearing boots to the mall when it's 80 degrees. And I'm not saying we might not have another couple of days where we have temperatures in the 80s and stuff, but this 90, 91, 92 business like we're having today is over, and it's just winding up what I just think might be like one of the worst years I can ever remember. I can't think of anything good that happened this year. The weather has been atrocious, and that goes all the way back to the spring where it was rainy and cold. We basically had no spring. And then you got to summer, we had a couple of nice weeks, and the rest of the time it was 105 with the heat index, 110, 115. You couldn't even go outside even at night. Our sports teams have all just blew. The economy is in shambles. You have people foreclosed. You have people out of work. You have people underemployed. You got people selling their houses and running because they have no money. I can't even think of a decent movie I've seen this year. And I'm just thinking that 2011, I hate to be the bearer of bad news and to be talking in such negative terms, but I swear, honest to God, I'm trying to think of something good that happened in 2011. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Now, maybe I'm missing something obvious, and I didn't research it, and I didn't go back and look at my notes to see if anything really good happened this year, but I'm telling you, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that was any good in 2011. You got a couple of months here. Let's see what happens. All right, I got one good thing here if you like movies. The Warenberg Theaters this weekend, from Friday through Thursday of next week, the 22nd, and all 9 of their theaters are going to do this summer's most popular movies for $1. $1! That includes Kung Fu Panda 2, Transformers Dark Side of the Moon, Bridesmaids, Mr. Popper's Penguins, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, and Fast 5. Ronnie's 20 is also going to throw in Super 8, Thor, and Rio. Bridesmaids is on its way to being, I think it already is, the most popular R-rated movie, female movie, like with women, basically about women, made by women, all that sort of stuff. And Kristen Wiig from Saturday Night Live is just absolutely unbelievable in this. I mean, she's good on the show on Saturday Night Live, but she's crossed over to movies. I just think that she's going to be off to the races now. And I know she's been in other movies, but this is where, you know, this movie is where she's been the star of the film, and she has proven now that she can really carry this. And so watch out, because here comes Kristen Wiig. Anyhow, if you want details on this Warenberg thing, go to Warenberg.com, call them, contact them, not me. It doesn't help. I don't know anything more than I just told you. Entertainment Weekly has posted a few clips from the Comedy Central roast of Charlie Sheen. They're online at Entertainment Weekly's website. You can check that out. Speaking of the year coming to a close, all right, so you got Costco, Joann Fabrics, AC Moore already have their Christmas decorations up in their stores. And Home Depot, Kmart, Sears, JCPenney, and Walmart are joining in at the end of the month. So it just keeps getting earlier and earlier and earlier. No wonder by the time the holidays actually get here, people are sick of them, because you start celebrating Christmas. It's like that Loudon Wainwright song, you know, where it's you know, suddenly it's Christmas right after Halloween. Well, little did he know when he made that song 20 years ago that they were going to move it up practically to Labor Day. Just doesn't surprise me that by the time Christmas finally gets here, everybody is sick of it. We're leapfrogging right over Halloween, right over, what is it, President's Day or something next month, just leaping over Halloween, leaping over Thanksgiving, and going right to Christmas. The world's gone crazy, folks. New breakdown of how we spend our time online. You know, there's a lot of people who are insisting that, you know, the death of newspapers is a result of people getting their news online. But listen to this. Facebook, Twitter, obviously huge in the amount of time that we spend online. 35% of our time is doing things that fall under the category other. So, you know, you got social networking in second place at 22.5, but 35.1 is other. And you know what that, because it doesn't count news. News is only 2.5%. See what that is? That's porn, folks. That's porn. Because everything else is accounted for. So what's the big other? Gender stereotypes say that women like to spy and gossip more than men, and a new study has shown that that's absolutely true. Survey found that women are twice as likely to break into their partner's email or Facebook account, and women are then twice as more likely to start a fight over what they find in that account. There are people who were questioned after that flight from San Diego to Detroit on Sunday, and there were all sorts of stories because these people got up and were in the bathroom. They scrambled some F-16s. You know, the F-16s were giving them an escort. They thought they might have trouble on the plane, somebody doing like one of these 10th anniversary 9/11 whoop-de-doo things. There were even stories, because it was two guys and a girl. There was even a story that they were in there doing Mile High Club stuff, and it just turns out they were sick. One guy was sick, and the other people apparently, they were all cleared. It was a big nothing. Some census facts for unmarried single Americans. 43% of adults are unmarried, 45% of them are women. 61% of unmarried adults were never married. 24% are divorced, the rest are widowed. All right, people start gaining weight this time of year because they start bringing out Christmas decorations, and then you get Christmas cookies, and then, you know, world goes nuts, and next thing you know, you're 20 pounds overweight. Now, Dr. Oz, who, you know, people like this guy. I guess he's okay. I'm sort of starting to get to the point where I'm getting sick of him too, like everybody on TV. But this guy has put together a list of the 5 main reasons why you gain weight starting this time of year. Number 1, not enough water. When it's hot outside, we drink a lot of water without even thinking about it. We drink and eat less because we're filled up with water. We don't do that when it starts to, you know, when we start to have the change of weather. Number 2, less time outdoors. That speaks for itself. Number 3, comfort foods. Yeah, people start baking this time of year and eating, you know, casseroles and mashed potatoes and stuff like that. We also start snacking on junk food. Starts to go to that comfort food thing. And too much damned alcohol. Dr. Oz says if you're really serious about keeping your summer body, you should avoid alcohol completely. Just drink water. Why don't you shut up? I do like on a Sunday night, you know, 60 Minutes is over, and, you know, maybe you're getting ready for Dexter or one of the other HBO shows, or just something good, maybe a good Sunday night football game or something like that, and that combination smell of a fireplace, and it's got to be wood burning, because the gas fireplaces do nothing for me. So it's got to be the combination of a wood burning fireplace and the smell of a chicken roasting in the oven. You get a little wine going. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. I still hate fall, but if you're gonna, I can't make it stop, so might as well at least find something I like about it. Anderson Cooper's daytime show premiered yesterday. Cooper says his show will not feature cooking segments, which I guess makes sense. Why serve a delicious dish when you already are one? Fashion Week in full swing in New York City today. Best part is George Clooney at the runway shows going, I'll take her and her. No. I'll take her. I'll take her. Former Major League Baseball star Manny Ramirez smacking his wife around. As of this morning, he was still in jail. Kate Gosselin, here's another person that just needs to go. She thinks she's got some sort of talent or something, or there's something amazingly compelling about her, and she's got to get a reality check going here. She's not a star, you know, maybe her reproductive system is, maybe her uterus is a star, but she's trashing, and I don't like John Gosselin, she's trashing him saying, well, he just has an ordinary job. I'm like, maybe you ought to look into one, because your show was canceled. Nobody cares about you anymore. I'm hearing stories that they might put her on the Today Show, give her an actual job on the Today Show. She was stomping around on Dancing with the Stars like she had never danced in her life. Go away. You know, we haven't heard anything from the Octomom in a while. Kate Gosselin, you're next in that line of obscurity that's forming behind me. All right. Steven Tyler, American Idol, is getting ready to come back on the air. He was just here about 2 weeks ago in St. Louis, and his dad died over the weekend. He was 95 years old. That's a pretty good run. There are only 9 days left in summer, boys and girls. It was on this date in 1899. I like this story. A guy by the name of Henry Bliss was crossing the street at Central Park West and 74th Street in New York City. This was in 1899. He was hit by a car and later died. He was the first ever pedestrian killed by a car. Yeah, first automobile fatality of any kind in 1899 on this date. It was 1993 that Conan O'Brien replaced David Letterman on NBC's Late Night. And did I mention there's only 9 days left in summer? All right, JC's Eye Candy Day is sort of cool with the political season sort of heating up. Sort of, Jesus. It was back in October of 1984, and I'm just sitting there and minding our own business in Crestwood there, doing the morning show at Casey, the old morning zoo. And I would go upstairs after the show every day and go grab the mail and dump it out on the floor, and I would get sometimes 200-300 letters a day. It was just crazy. I was getting all these high school kids writing letters. And then, you know, then it smoothed out, and I was getting between 150 and maybe like 300 a week. So that's a lot of mail to go through. But there was a point there where we were getting a couple hundred a day. So I don't know what was going on. So I opened up one, and it's a letter from the governor of Illinois, James Thompson, one of the only ex-governors from Illinois not to end up in prison at the end of his term. And he writes me this awesome letter, October 9th, 1984, and we made that JC's Eye Candy today. But he must have been in Metro East, you know, driving around visiting the constituency in Southern Illinois. Here's the old KC Morning Show, loves it, and goes back to the state capitol in Springfield and writes me a freaking letter. I sent a copy to my mother and father, and the next time I went home to Chicago, it was in a frame and hanging in the living room on the wall there, so they thought that was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. He wrote a cool letter, so you should check that. It's on Eye Candy right below what you're looking at right now. All right, has the sale of Anheuser-Busch a couple of years ago affected your choice of beer sales? Yes, no? Maybe you're after the microbrews, or maybe you don't drink beer. Please answer in the corner. That's a rock and roll poll question, and we will have the results for you tomorrow. In the meantime, that's it. JC's Daily Dose for Tuesday, September 13th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.